vanity and no love for humanity shall fade away, fade away. He who checks for only wealth and not for his physical health shall fade away, fade away. Though some believe in diamonds and pearl and feel like they're on top of the world, they shall fade away. Hear what I say. The rich is getting richer every day, and the little that the poor man got, it shall be taken away. Do you hear what I say? Yeah, hear what I say. The man who worships silver and gold shall surely, surely, surely lose his own soul, then fade away. One who's always acting smart and don't carry no love.
Yes, greetings. We're there with you. Cultured expression. Yeah, man. 8 minutes past 6. Yes. Safe environments, families. I hope you're still responding to be responsible. You know? So let me play Fade Away Junior Boys because, you know what I mean? Everything is about Junior and all the elders them that need support. You see? After them give up so much of them time and effort and make we have enjoyment, and then when it come to needs, you know? Yeah. You see? No structure. Anyway, parents, you see, if you put your faith and trust in the invisible, what we call Allah, God Almighty, see? And we try our best to stay on the right side, which we call Sarata Mustaqim, see? And continue, you understand? No matter how things get tough and everything, you will see gradually a lot of improvements and a lot of things that you want, not a lot things that you want, or you said you did want, or you're trying to get, you know? No matter how long ago it was, you will see it round about you. Sometimes we ask for a dozen things every time we pray, and we keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding. And most of the things that you will ask for, we have already, you know. You see? We have already. Whether it's an old one, disingenuine one, we have whatever it is, most of the things, them, if not all the things. See, it's just how we go about it. And then we treat God like a supermarket or cash and carry. We always add to the list, you see. So there's not contentment, and we're not very contented in these things. What am I getting at? You see the man come from Home Office, then become Chancellor and everything. You see? And there's one thing about human beings, you know, like I keep trying to explain, and we all know it too. We all have a conscience. We all have conscience. You see? It's the first hard drive. The thing we call hard drive is the first one in creation. You know what I mean? Made and supervised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty. No human being can disown it and discredit it, no matter where we try it though. You know what I mean? It's just like the computer, when the hard drive, you could try and mash it up. You not work, not work, man. A skillful person, you understand? And even some of these young people, them all 5 and 6 year old, them can just grab up everything that did it and show where you was, what the hell we were doing. So what I'm saying all of that for is that we Muslim know say, you understand? Why is we take the Shahadatain, that we bear weakness, you understand? Yeah. It's not one of them things that you can just go on the corner and say, nah, not work no more. See? You always have to stand up and, you know, your conscience work you. So we're proud to see Javed say, mm-mm. And then when you read what was happening, and put together anybody who know about transition and anybody who know about departmental work and management and everything, right? You have to recruit a team. If it seems that we black ones don't do it, you know what I mean? We don't try to utilize our talents. You see? You understand? So you put together a team that share your ideology. Stop it. They share your views and opinion, and you also know that you're comfortable with them and them comfortable with you, but them know the work. You see, it's not about our religious persuasion and rare. It's that them know the work, and you all have mutual respect. You understand? So work get done. See, yeah, you accomplish your aims, objectives, the goals are accomplished. You know what I mean? So those of you out there who don't know that now. You see, but we know, we Muslims, we knew that Javid him had a team. And that's what's expected. It's not that he's exclusive. That's expected, you see. But you see this new man here now, this new man here said, nah, not a damn. Me I gonna make the team. No, I'm the big boy. You understand? I make you all know, say, I'm making the team. Because you know what? The man put the bill through for the northern, the Birmingham and Manchester and all, that real thing them I talk about. See it? And them do it. But then the man say him need a manager for the thing, which is right. This is how things work. But him don't want him to be part of the selection team, you see what I mean? And then there's various other things, you see? There's various other things, So I was really praying, wallahi, I was praying that, the man, they stop being this middle class chauvinist Muslims, liberal minded Muslims. Because the only question we could ask him is, does he pray Salah? You understand? That's the only question we could ask him. We can't say to him, hey, are you still a Muslim? No, we can ask him, say, if you pray your Salah. You see? Yeah. So we are going to keep looking and listening and see. But not going to change, you know what I mean, dramatic. It's just that the transitioning, we don't know who they are. You see? That's because we show so much negligence. And it's like you got a football team, and somebody keep buying players and get rid of players and everything. And you call yourself the manager of the club. Not the manager of the team, the manager of the club. Nobody don't give the manager free range, the manager of the team, free range to do all of that, You have to know what the hell he's doing. You understand? Or she. You understand? Not things just get out of hand. Now we, the immigrants, the man call we immigrants, you know what I mean? And them a deport because our countries don't have no sovereignty and all these things. You got to look into this thing big. So choose you sit down and go into it big from a political point of view, you know what I mean? Deporting and being a Commonwealth citizen and a Caribbean, and see where that goes. But we look on this thing and we see transitioning, and that's what it is. And what the Prime Minister is showing, his age group and everything, and they must show Parliament that he's up to it. See? He's up to it. He wasn't just one of them little gimmicks and him get through and know he's Prime Minister. Him we up the thing and he take the country to the ballot box when him already know so that Liberals, you know what I mean? But the only fear was Labour. And by default, and aid and support from foreign regions, him get through. And worst of all now, all the Labour constituency, the man win. He didn't win. The people them just jump ship. Them jump ship. But I'm saying to you, and I will continue to say, that Jeremy Corbyn was loyal to him country. Because he could have jumped ship and put a new leader up there, and Labour would have gone through election and win. Regardless if them knew the person or not. The opposition that was against Labour would not have had an opportunity to canvass against me. You see? But Jeremy didn't do that. He loyal to him country. Yeah, man. You understand? Socialists, them have some particular ideals that when you check them out sometime, them pass marks, man. Them create things as them go along. But me still like them, you know what I mean? But us now, we have to still keep our eyes on the criminality and everything. Yesterday, me play something about what Boris and Cameron bought, and them say it was on the behind of that Mark Duggan situation. But you see, us now, there was a few people over Tottenham, you know, in Haringey that supported some of the people them that got evicted. Because anybody who was part of that disarray, that situation there, were all evicted. If they're council tenants, they're evicted, dash out on street. And anyone who was on income support and job seekers, it was immediately stopped. There was a serious punishment that that man bring back and then get blue paper, green paper. Him just gone straight from him holiday return and got these things stamped up and out there. You see? And two, we don't have organization, you know. Me don't mean them small guy them about the place. I mean organizations that look after our welfare legally and politically, like racism and everything. You see? These things happen. And many black families that didn't even know where them children was and didn't know that them children was up and down the road Sedway. And the thing that got me is that every young person know where the rotted Canberra them was and is. But them blatantly just went in front police and police have stand up about the place. And the police help agitate the thing because some of the places them, the people them say them never broke them. Them just see them broke already. So through the door them broke down and the front glass them broke down. Them say, what? Let me help myself to something. But anyway, that's that. But what I'm saying is those laws, those things was initiated between Cameron and the Prime Minister of now. You see? You see how things come round? The only thing that not gonna come round right now is the water hose, is the water trucks. You understand? Instead of him update the fire service, he wanted to have 4 trucks, you know, water hose trucks. And Hammersmith Bridge, you understand, needs to be fixed completely. You understand? And maybe he needs to reimburse all those who put up those millions. Yes, because them just grab money and grab money and grab money. And then we need the truth about Grenfell. So there's so much things that we need to keep with eyes on and our ears to the ground, you know, and so on. But if we don't, things will keep happening and happening. Now, Miss Patel, we need to look at her again, review that which was, and see where she's at now, is it? And then start put some heat underneath her because her track record in the first instance as trying to be something and using us as fodder is not good. You see? And that's only because we're from the same ethnic people of color and race. Yes. You understand? Because anytime we find people like that, no matter who they are, you understand? People of color, people of race, we have to sit down firm on them, you know. Because they're behaving, some of them, as if them never smell the muck and never acknowledge it. You see? And some of them doing that because they're not so confident in the positions that they have, but they want to make their masters know, you understand, that they're with them. And they will go overboard to prove to them in some way or fashion that they're with them. So they would, you know what I mean, deport us willfully. And they don't have to give statements. They do not. They don't have to go in front media and say anything to the Times or the Guardian. But they would always send a thing over to the Mail. Yes, and the Express. But they don't have to, because those people over there, sir, them love to make sure that they keep us well boxed in. And these are the things that we have to open up to. So parents, back to us, we have to be vigilant with our children, and we have to teach them how to communicate with these law enforcement officers. And not to start running, because they're not both. They're not in any race. We need to stop that. You understand? And they need to be, not to present a hostile atmosphere, no matter how hostile the law enforcement are to tempt us and trigger us off. It's difficult, but it's our children. We need to speak to them, need to train them, because the embarrassment does be too much. And everybody naturally, even me would want to respond. You see, and that's what they're looking for. So when they humiliate us by telling us to sit down on the pavement and then push we down and make we lie down and all this type of thing, it's showing that them have authority and power. See, and maybe yesterday something happened with him, or the night before, or the day before, or something, and he's taking out all his testosterone on black people. I don't understand why they don't go to their own people and do these things. They just do it to us. You know why? Because them can overstep them boundary when it come to us. Yeah, serious thing. So right now, may I say greetings again. I go play about Junior Boys a little more, but I want to take people them to the deception. Why me put deception up there? Why if you listen carefully now? Cause me have some friend them still, you know, in Oxford and Cambridge, and hopefully we will open up some things all about this myth that Africa, yeah, and also the myth about the Arabs and who is not Arab and who is Arab and all of that. You know what I mean? Whether it's Marcus Garvey's son and all these other people, because a lie them are spread, you know, and why they doing that, only them know. And why I say it's a lie, if them did their research correctly on ethnic origins and species, did I say all those things? Yeah. You understand? They would know, say, oh, Africa is a very complex and racial place. Without Caucasians, you know. Yeah, very complex and a racial continent. See? Why if you go Africa proper, you see? And let me just start with Ethiopia now, and Chad, and Nubia. And come all the way down to Tanzania and them place. Hey, you see some people that look like Chinese. And why that? Why me say Chinese? It's because they got them slit eyes. You see? Yes. But how much you? Anyway, some of them man, they will be just lustful. So maybe that's why. You know what I mean? Cause some of them, you try things and the people, them just run on. You understand? It's marvelous. See, and we have like 1,000 different shades. You know, this is just me making numbers. You know, you want to see women? We have most beautifulest thing upon this planet that we not even experience. Is it? So for some people, if we shout out this thing, and that thing, and then when you ask them something about themselves, they might say that they're a Christian. And then some of them want to qualify the fact that Christianity there are Africa. Africa don't know nothing about them words there until the 18-something century start. Them words there are European words, Christianity. You understand? Followers of Christ and all these things. Y'all have to take the thing proper. Stop coming with your late Johnny come lately education, which is the theological education, and has nothing to do with the continent. When you go to the continent, you see something that's similar, looking like, and then you want to say them a Christian. Stop it. Ask the question. You understand? Ask the question. And don't ask the question, are you Christians? Or when did you become Christians? No. So here what now? In Ethiopia, the kingdom of Ethiopia is the first stretch that we need to examine and fully understand. And don't take it from Rastafari perspective. Just look at it, examine it. And then it goes all the way back to Moses. It goes all the way back to Abraham. It goes all the way back to David. It goes all the way back to Solomon. It goes so far, man. You understand? And then it comes up to the Nugus and Nagas. Right up here, see? Brings us in line with the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Muhammad. But right there you've got Menelik. You got the ear in the family of the Nagashi. You lot don't need... hey, listen, stop letting these Johnny-come-lately so-called historians, yeah, that fail to ask people to translate things for them and fail to leave the theological understanding that we've all been given, leave it in Europe when you're stepping across on the continent. If you do that, because some of you don't do that. I don't know where you get your knowledge from, but your information. But you need to do this because we have deceived ourselves and we have run away from what Garvey said. He said, look to Africa, never tell if turn around and complicate Africa with England or Europe, even though him never changed in persuasion. But that's another conversation, right? His Imperial Majesty, what happened in Abyssinia was a crowning of the Lion of Judah. How did it become that? How did that institution... all these questions are very sweet to ask and look at. And we gave that up and follow King James. And let a people who's imposters wrap themselves round the Lion of Judah. Wrap themselves round the Lion of Judah. Elected. You understand? And then them turn around and them cannot call themselves, because that's what them have a problem with us. When we call them Bunny Israel, we ask them, who's the Bunny Israel? Them don't want to face you and they don't want to talk. You see? Now, Bunny Israel is Abyssinia. And the kingdom is in Abyssinia. That's the institution. And that's the lineage. That's the DNA. That's the trail. And we gave that up for King James and Martin Luther and all these other people that create that and fashion that book. That's what we did. And we gave up Menelik and his flesh, his offsprings, for Paul, this guy Saul Paul. And then someone come and twist something and then put His Imperial Majesty in the line of Menelik and then want to make him Christ and all these things. You see where the problem is. And so while we're trying to sort that out, a set of European people them made it fashionable that they are Yahudis. It's a strange thing, man. And we've given credence to that over the years. On the other side now, you have some 1 and 2 people, they must shout out, when I'm nothing to do with a Muslim. And the greatest kingdoms and institutions were Islamic on the continent. But we still had many others. The Bantus run all across the place. We have great history, great wealth, great things. We're not unwanting. But why that which God left us with to keep us on that path, why did we divorce it? At that may I say, why did we divorce it? And we continue to do so like you can't read. And then you want to shout out everything about Christianity and this and that. Leave the people them thing alone and find what is our own. That rhymes, you know. You see? And everything be good with us. Because you see, our conscience is not at stake here. It's our souls that's in limbo. We don't know how to connect with frequencies. It's very distorted. Now the people that might use what? G5? Right, they've not got G5. You know I say 6 and 7 about. You know what I mean? 'Cause we don't know that, man. Them come 1 3, then come 4, them upgrade. You understand? So we not deal with the pollution and the anarchy and the distortion and the radiation. We want to be free. And our freedom is in ourselves. It's in our gene. It's in the reservoir of our umbilical cord. It's that soul. It's our spirit. If that not free, which the man has contaminated our mind, so that means that part of our being is not stable because we're not sure. You understand? We're not sure. We're always maneuvering. That's why they can do the hideous things and some good things, but you have to find them. Right? But we're always trying to find ourselves. So that's why entertainment is, you know what I mean, I think we lash onto that because it gives us that little solace, you know what I mean? So we can ignore things for a little bit of time. Time again, you know. I don't want to leave this earth here and leave my family in a same ass mess that I'm trying to explain right now. May I tell you. That means that me never do nothing. Never achieve anything. And you see this thing about achievement too? Some people deal with achievement based on accolades. You know when you're dead, all of that rotted, stay wait there now. It can't move. You see? Somebody go come take it. My father did long. Not enough years. But me leave in possessions like a garden museum. You know why? 2 lies. 2 lying. And you know what? Whether him soul hovering around because him can't rest or not, it don't bother me. But you know what shows me? Everything remained the same. He's not there though. The things them can't say to him, hey, watch out. When last you switch me on, when last you changed your clothes and put this one, nah, they're just there like a museum. If we can go down to the museum now, the London Museum, the British Museum, everything there stay the same, you know. All them mummies and everything, them vex. Cause them know so that this should never happen to them, but them can't move. You understand? And we who are big and strong now, we go inside there, we were shit with pants. Yeah. Because, plus it dark and it quiet and everything. Unless you are going to bring stone love inside there. You understand? Other than that, Torati, we shit ourselves. Yeah. And we know where we are. But you see all them different objects and everything, frighten the piss out of our souls because we're not secured. We're not secured. We've been told so many lies about us, and we've lapped it all up. Anybody who was here from 1963, 64, 65, 66, try remember that all you saw was Biafra, Africa looking bad. You know what I mean? All the insects them eat up the people them, and you know, the children and the women them, everybody look terrible. So what you gonna say? What your conscience gonna really say? You wanna go there? No. You understand? Them show us everything to bar our minds and our feelings from connecting with ourselves. So I asked Rastaman them, who tell them that His Imperial Majesty is Jesus? I thought Marcus Garvey said, look to Africa for the crowning of a king. I've not read yet that him say that this person is Jesus incarnate and all these things. And it also appear that him never know the history of the crowning of the kingdom of Abyssinia. Because if he did, he would have said, and give us some indication. I don't think he would have hold it back. He would give us some indication that this is not just historic. This is God. This is coming from a prophethood that is ours. And the world would know about it and have to know about it and does know about it. But what did the British do? That's what I keep asking people to do anyway. I need this conversation with somebody. Come on, Rasta Pastor and others. Come on, man. Don't feel like you stand up there by yourself and you're up there. You're up there, yes, as a man and your faith. But let's deal with let's unravel truth. Not my truth and your truth. Truth, yes, man. We can discuss it till the cows jump over the moon. You know, them grow some wings. Because Garvey, him just said, look there. My question would be, how come him never go carnation? But my question to Rasta, that's what I'm saying really, I'm not straying from it, is that how come King George, Prince George, is he Prince or King, was there? How come the British was there? How come the British was there? The only world coronation, legal. And it wasn't just an elected coronation of that time, you know. It's just a new monarch, new human being that's been initiated on the throne. You better understand that part there too. And that's something that just happened that time there now. This have hundreds of years. Because we are talking about Solomon and David. Do you not understand? And we give all of that up for King James. How did the British get there? How did them sit in the coronation? How did them sit on the left-hand side of His Imperial Majesty? How did that happen? In the coronation, when I talk about picture after, when I talk about after events, because we're too much bigging up things that happen after, like when them go to Trinidad, you understand, and all these things. These are the aftermath. Let's get to the point. Did Gary go to Ethiopia? Did he go to Africa? Yes, he did. What was he doing? Trying to get us back home. See? And any ears that him can get to listen to repatriation, him sit with them. But he know that we need inspiring. So here what him know? Him gone to the place where royalties at. Him studied it. And him have translator. Him not go there and stand up and go down to what the place the name? As one and no. Him see all of that. Him not get no thrill from that. Him translated to His Imperial Majesty. The people them need to see you. And we need to link ourselves because our people need to be repatriated. Those who want to go back to the continent. See? So when you listen to this and you check Gary out and see the things that he was up to, then you see that we have we come up to date now with Mars Bishop, and then we have what's my brother's name that them killed too, Rata Rodney. Then you can understand. But anybody else that strays along, they're not on the path, man. They're just trying to play with people's emotions. Garvey never changed in persuasion because he never get to know the deepness of Africans' tribes and African spirituality and all of that. Given the opportunity, I'm sure he would have. Yes. But the rest of us, create problem. And I don't like that, you know. I stay with it. Now listen to these two English gentlemen explain to us about the lies that their foreparents and scholars and institutions have told over decades. Please listen.
Hello and welcome again to UCL Global Health. We have a very distorted view of Africa. I think many people think that Africa's development has been something that's only occurred in the last century. So it's a great pleasure to welcome Kevin McDonald, who's Professor of African Archaeology at UCL, and you specialise particularly in West Africa.
That's right.
But this image is completely wrong because for example, what was West Africa like where you know about, say, 2,000 years ago?
Well, about 2,000 years ago, we already were beginning to have the first urban centres in West Africa.
So towns?
Towns.
So these weren't hunter-gatherer people?
No, these were cities of 10, 20,000 people in the early first millennium AD. And if we go back before that, into an area which is now the Mauritanian desert, there was a state contemporary with Kerma in the Nile Valley over in Sudan, in Mauritania called Tichit, or at least it's in a region known as Tichit. We're not really sure what it called itself. But there we have a very sophisticated social formation with hundreds of settlements and some things that would certainly be the size of towns by 1200 BC.
Wow. And an alphabet?
No. Literacy for West Africa came with Islam.
Okay. And so that's sort of Sudan's side and Mauritania. What about Nigeria? Would there have been towns in...
Well, in Nigeria, you have some of West Africa's earliest art traditions. You have the so-called Nok culture, which is in central Nigeria, around the Jos Plateau area. We have a very sophisticated figurative art tradition, terracotta tradition, by about 800 BC. And this is going hand in hand with early iron metallurgy in that area.
So these civilizations were every bit as sophisticated as anything in Britain?
At that time, yes. And it's one of the great pities. This is sort of something which does not really feature much in European or indeed American secondary school curriculum.
Is there a movement in Africa to rediscover this as an academic discipline, or not sufficiently?
Well, there are probably not sufficient practitioners for the amount of space and the amount of heritage, the amount of archaeology that has to be interfaced with. But at least in most African school systems, aspects of this past are taught. But again, not so much.
So if you come up to the Middle Ages or the pre-industrial era? Do you go up? Do you study?
I work right up until the 19th century, so yes.
So at that time, before the colonial invasion of Africa, where we think history began, there were sophisticated governance structures, there were towns, there was art, there was ceramics, there was...
technology, outstanding metalworking. Yeah, there was all of that. And I think perhaps the European land grab for Africa in the 19th century came at the wrong time for Africa. A few centuries before, when Africa was at the height of its own internal empires, I would think that at that point any European attempt to control Africa would have been repulsed. So the great colonial scramble for Africa happened at a time where a number of factors, including the Atlantic slave trade and also trans-Saharan interventions, had broken down the older African empires, which more or less extended from Lake Chad to the Senegalese coast, say around 1300 AD or 1400 AD.
So actually this is another reason for Afro-optimism, if you like. I mean, at the moment the economists are all saying, look, this is the fastest growing region of the world, and there's much more reason to be optimistic about Africa than the press often report. But also from a historical viewpoint, if we can get over the aberrant colonial era, then there's every reason to hope that the structures of governance and civilization will re-emerge.
There's a great deal of sophistication and dignity at the heart of African society, which has a great antiquity. And I think a lot of the stereotypes generated during the colonial era have undermined this. And in a sense, Africa needs to remember itself.
So just tell me a little bit about archaeological methods and the way archaeology has changed, say, in the time you've been doing it, which is about 2 decades.
Well, for one thing, remote sensing is helping us a great deal, satellite imagery and so forth, for mapping out the distribution of settlements, for assisting us in survey, because after all, this is an absolutely vast area. And although we've been working very hard since the 1960s to catalog Africa's heritage, we probably have an idea of probably less than 50% of what's actually out there. There's a small number of African and foreign archaeologists working, and it takes a great deal of time to document all of this. But in terms of changes more broadly within the discipline, African archaeology has moved progressively from being more prehistoric in terms of the demography of its practitioners to working more and more on historic periods and occupying terrain which has been emptied by a shrinkage in pre-colonial African history as a discipline, and for that matter in historical anthropology. So archaeologists have had to become their own historians, their own anthropologists, and we're progressively working on more recent periods, what might be considered African historical archaeologies, the past, say, 500 years.
So you've moved into the space that used to be filled by historians?
That's right, and we're doing the same sort of work. We're doing work.
Are you competing, or is it that the historians aren't doing it?
There are only a few left in the UK, so we are the place where one would come to study pre-colonial African history now, I would think, in terms of there's the group of permanently employed African archaeologists in the UK. Most of us are what might be termed historical archaeologists here at UCL and other universities, and we do the same sort of work that historians had previously been doing, including collecting oral histories, being more deeply embedded in local communities, and also being led to an extent by community concerns.
But my final question, this raises some really interesting issues, because everyone says you should always learn from history, and if archaeologists have moved into the void that used to be occupied by history, we've got to learn from you guys. What do you think we've got to learn in development and the kind of attitudes that we have towards Africa and towards development? What can we learn from archaeology? Are we making some huge mistakes?
Yes, I mean, there are some gaffes which have been committed by European politicians, by UN officials who have a fundamental misunderstanding of the African past. Famously, Nicolas Sarkozy came to Senegal a few years ago and talked about Africa as being this timeless, undeveloped place, which is a complete nonsense. So there is a great deal to be done in terms of educating ourselves about Africa so that we have a better understanding of its past. But also, within development, it's important to realize that heritage is part of development. This is a battle that Africanists have been fighting over the past couple of decades to have archaeology and history considered part of the development process, both for reasons of national dignity and unity, but also as a means of developing tourism, rather than this sort of Africa as safari park, Lion King sort of idea of Africa, where you have, most cultures of the world, for example, Disney has had some sort of play or movie featuring human beings. Africa is unique that it was treated with animals, which is something, I think, about the wrong end of the stick, which has been grasped.
So we've completely written their culture out, basically, from our development speak, from our history books, and also from the way we encourage people
the
to
history, the political sophistication, the artistic sophistication, the technological sophistication. We need to re-educate ourselves. We need to re-educate Europe and the broader world about Africa.
And finally, on a global health, I mean, there's nothing more important for well-being as to have a sense of pride and in your own heritage and your own past. So it's
absolutely, it's part of human dignity, and I think that the more that this is taken on board, both inside and outside of Africa, the better it will be for us all.
You understand? And these are two Caucasians, see? Yeah, digest it, and don't try to say them a prop up themselves. Nah, if you're true like me and like some others, you have seen that yourself. And if you've spoken to lecturers, principals and researchers on the continent, in the institutions of learning, in Dar es Salaam, in Abyssinia. Yes, you know what I mean? You learn a lot, you see? Because you ask a whole heap of questions. But it is what a person is really interested in, you understand? Sometimes curiosity is really the thing. But some of us, we want to see artifacts. You know how much years we spend on the Kemet and trying to decipher and recycle? Yeah? We spend a whole heap of time, enough energy, just right there. Right there. And we spend decades on the Ankh. We spend right there. See? And if we tell you so that God said, Him seal that off for our misbehavior. For our misbehavior. Him not said that it wasn't us. Him just said that Him put a lid on it for our misbehavior. See? So is that why you decide to substitute Menelik for King James? Eh? The Lion of Judah for King James, sorry, and Menelik for Saul Paul. Yeah? And then running a goose chase, looking for a name. And then we substitute a whole heap of things and call them European. If you listen to someone that turn around and tell you say Christianity, they're Africa and everything, even in Ethiopia and everything, the names that them call is European names. And the Ethiopian, they don't call them name there. It's just true we have with theological education and everything. We look for Simon Peter, we look for Michael, and you understand? We look for Jesus and all these people. I mean, come on, man. What you're actually saying is what? That the Africans lied to us And the Africans are the ones who put us in this goddamn bondage. Is that what you're saying? And the Africans knew the truth all along. And because him teach some of the people them, give them the manuscript, then gone back home, then make them book and everything, and come back and then paint prominent people them, look like them, and then make we all fall in love with what they have done. And at the same time, we dislike ourselves. Is that what you're trying to say? I doubt it. You could be saying it, but it never happened. Never happened. You understand? So we're going to go short, because sometimes it disturbs people's mind because they don't think. And then I come straight to the point. I mean, I have no time for this go round and go round, because we've been here a long time, and I'm on my way out. I got to do what I have to do as quick as possible, what I'm trying to do, and reach as much ears as possible the way I am. You know what I mean? I have to try to be like somebody. You understand? Vernon, John, and me, and a whole heap of other people, then we have the same vested interests and the same temperament, and you understand? That other thing, no, that's for a different day and time. You understand? You want to see me at the mass. I'm very cordial, and I am really, but I'm disgusted when we ignore ourselves. Yeah, I tell you. And plus, we disrespect our women.
Think you where you come from? As long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind your nationality, you have got the identity of an African. Cause if you come from Clarendon, and if you come from Portland, and if you come from Westmoreland, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind your nationality, you have got the identity of an African. Cause if you come from Trinidad, and if you come from Nassau, and if you come from Cuba, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind your complexion, there is no rejection, you're an African. Cause if your flexion high, 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 if your flexion low, low, and if your flexion in between, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind denomination, that is only segregation, you're an African. Cause if you go to the Catholic, and if you go to the Methodist, and if you go to the Church of God, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind your nationality, have got the identity of an African. Cause if you come from Brixton, and if you come from Eastgate, and if you come from Wednesday, and if you come from Bronx, and if you come from Brooklyn, and if you come from Queens, and if you come from Manhattan.
See, I will tell them long time, you know. But them go on like say them deaf. See, long time, we continue to tell them. Who's them? These little boys, them that just come up with them nappy, they America. See? And we have some of them around the Caribbean too. They want to deny themselves. You see? So when the man them come with all the covert different operations, say, kill yourselves. And then another ones them come and do some things and then we disrespect with women. What they made us see something that people are big up certain things that go on down at Trinidad. And the youth them want you know, they want make up, they want be like Beanie and Bounty and everybody. See? So what them do? Them start the posing and them start the cussing. You know, this is their abattoir, you know. And then them coming with all what them will do to somebody and what them will deal with a woman. Right? And them are going like there's no tomorrow because them bad. You understand? Because you know the video look menacing. You see? Just like them thing that used to happen with the hip hop when the white boy them get involved. Okay. So these things now is coming and pushing themselves up. Yeah. People that get a million lick within an hour. Facebook, Twitter, rare and rare. Huh? And the indignity that is being portrayed and being amplified makes us look like real savages. We don't have no value for life, and we don't have the value for the wound that bore away. You see it? And then there's no censoring of the words that is used in these songs. And over here, there were some places they would tell us about I'm a gun sound and everything. We don't hear about explicit sex and this and that, you know. You hear about gun, yeah, and so forth. And now it seems like them say, cha, make them come true. I can't say that the beats them don't sound good. Yeah, them creative. But we are like that. We are very creative people. But the place already have big problem. Crime wave. We have drugs and guns and murderings and everything. And now we've gone to this level where these young men and a few young women have some artistic talent. But this is how it's being allowed to be used. We're guilty. And not the white boy. Maybe it's for him money. Maybe it's his persuasion. But who is saying what? It's me. It's not them. Who's performing? Who's writing? Who is not looking at ourselves? It's we. I will just sell we soul for money. And you see some artists, them are people, I'm not calling themselves artists. By the time they reach 35, some lick them in and them say, boy. Or them see a child that them denounce. And the child that grow nice without them. And them decide, you know what, I have to find God. And then run a church. Give thanks for that. Yeah? But it's not something that them just do, yeah, willfully, you know. It's through the dramas that them exercise within them life and them see certain things, you know. And some people get frightened for some things happen to them. And them just turn. See? They don't reach 50 and things, you know, so you can say, well, them yarning now. Yeah? And they don't have no stamina. Mentally, spiritually, something lick them. That means that the environment is not cohesive to good living and morals, man. You don't need to be a psychologist to understand that, you know. But if you are, you don't know. So why you put something out there and say, this is not the type of people we are, and this is not the type of things that we want to see. There's not a big cry to say, here what? Let we have with children them let me have we women them, and let me have some decency and get the police them to arrest people and stop all this. Hey, it not work. It's not happening. Not happening. People them that innocent and lovely and beautiful. All of a sudden someone say, hey, hear what now? You see them hips you have there and that backside you have there? Take off all of that. And just put a G-string on and and we're going to send you down by the Duns River and you will jump in and make your best friend come. But she have to dress the same way. Yeah, and do something raunchy for us. And all these things have gone out. And people are talking about tourism. Look and see what they're doing to our children in Gambia, in the open. I tell you, in the open.
Africa is a black man kingdom. Don't you know it's true? Africa is a black man kingdom. Africa is a black man glory.
Hey, if the deportation thing turn into ethnic cleansing, let's hypothetically, don't run away and say, hey, that's what I'm saying. Let's hypothetically look at that. Where is it that we who have the capabilities in terms of finance, let's say, look at that. Where is it that we're going to go? Well, I run back to the islands that we parents them come from, or we come from. Is that what we're going to do? And them places them, yeah? Liverpool, Manchester, no Spurs. The both of the Manchester, Liverpool, no Spurs. It's got a big stadium, a real big stadium. Or you can even put West Ham in there. They don't get the support, but they have the capacity. Them four. It's 5 of the islands them already. Individually, them 4 individually, in terms of population, in terms of the number of the capacity of people to a square mile. Anything more than that is well overcrowded. You understand? And then if this guy, if the US man is still in, and then him a deport Caribbean people them too, then you know say it is the islands them totally overcrowded. They have no capacity for anybody. You see? Now the only reason why that's not feasible is that they want to come there and spread themselves out, play a little bit of golf, tickle around some of our women, and, massage themselves. Yeah, it's a place them come and have a rest and, play around with the servants, with the servitude slaves and, And plus, God retains the place them. Because volcanic rock with a pond. And it's clean air, beautiful sea, lovely sun, and everything. And beautiful people. That wouldn't realize that up front is where them come from, Africa. So there are those who will fight to stay there. And fight us who said that they're African too. And forgot the history, the legacy, and all the ones them that was trying to get back and wanting to be free. There weren't 100, there were thousands of them. And even though them know what happened to the previous ones, it didn't deter them. So we have a lot of people that are martyrs. You think them tell us about them? That would have just made us strong. Them deny us. I tell you, man, we're living in a dream. Some of us. Too many. Too many. Yeah, I go chronics. I go through some things. Bear with me, you know. You're not getting a time change selection. Yeah, get conversation.
They don't know.
What go on?
Chronics. Dancing them see the performance. Enough people see me life and want one, but them no know some more time it look dormant. And them no see say I'm me belly me a crawl pan. Cause my mama just called me with tears in her eyes. She never know me have a stage show tonight. Not even she see the fears in my eyes. But me just a go and put on the show. Cause they don't know, yeah. They don't know, oh, oh. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside. Them no know, them no know. Only you know, only I know, Jah. They see me smile, but they don't know what I feel inside. Yeah.
These are true talk. You understand? Are true. What do you know? You just have to know about ourselves. You see, it's just that, and that's all we can do, right? But many of us try hide it. Yeah, I know somebody out there say, what him say? I said Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, and West Ham. They have, even Tottenham, they have stadiums with a capacity of over about 100,000, and include Wembley. That is already 4 of the islands of the Caribbean. The population is overcrowded already. Let the people them deport with ethnic cleansing and see what happens. About it's them time that enough people got start think about Africa. You understand? So once you reach all 42, 40, and you know, and we're not sorted out anything, and we have no direction in anything, life done.
Yeah. 27 Psalms, my brethren. And when you try to just keep it in your heart, keep it in your mind, keep it in your thoughts. The Lord is my light and my salvation, of whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? Because when the wicked evil, my enemies and my foes came up with me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. No one shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. No wall shall rise up against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desire of John, that will I seek God, that I may dwell in the house of Jah all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of John, to inquire in his temple. Cause in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret places of his tabernacle shall he hide I. He shall set me up upon a rock, and now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies round and about me. I will sing yea, and I will sing praises unto Jah. Hear, O Jah, when I cry with thy voice of mercy, also put me and answer me. Cause when thou saidst seek ye thy face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Jah, will I seek, God. Put not thy servant away in anger. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O Jah of my salvation. Cause when my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord God, the Rastafari, will take I. He shall not suffer thy foot to be moved. Only with his eyes shall he protect and guide us day by day, night by night. Jah will guide us in every way. So people keep the faith no matter how the time gets rough. People keep the faith no matter how the time gets dread. Cause the Lord is my light and my salvation, I say. Just keep the faith and hold on. Keep the faith and keep on keeping it on. Keep the faith and keep on doing on. Keep the faith and keep on doing good, like you know you should in your neighborhood. To all the people you can, in every way you can. God the Lord is my light and my salvation. 27 Psalms I say. No war shall rise up against me, in this will I be confident. One thing wise desire of John, that will I seek, God, that I may dwell in the house of John the days of my life, to behold the beauty of John, to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me way up in his pavilion, and take me up in higher, 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 higher. Jah shall take I and I in higher region, take me to the city. What a beautiful city, where the people show a love and happiness and everything. Oh, the Lord.
And I'm telling you, you will find that in Africa. See, no matter which part you go. Even me, where them have places where the Europeans have created fiction, and these Askanakis in Central Africa create fiction and make the people them believe, say, that the Muslim is against them, and make the Muslim believe, say, that the Christians are against them, and all kind of thing. So, last 4 years, a lot of people being killed. A lot of people are being sprayed with petrol and Lytton, right? Who are those people? The Muslims. Yeah? Right now you have some families them in a church, some Muslims, enough of them, hundreds in a church compound, saving them life. You understand? Right? And it's because of ignorance from outside. Just like this Darfur thing that take place in Sudan. Right? The Sudanese been fighting for Southern Sudan and Khartoum. Has been fighting for 27 years. And no Western people them got involved and say, here what happened. And even these one that you call Saudi Arabian, all them people never get involved. Nobody never get involved and say, here what happened. You're a Muslim nation. What go on here? Because it was a Christian Muslim thing. It's the people them who are being backed by Europe to keep this pressure on the Muslims in Khartoum. And them now back down. John Duran Garay come, and them come with a strategy, but the Europeans never like that strategy. Them never like it. Them want to split the place. And then walk, and then bring all the dirty backside actors them from Hollywood and everybody, go around the world and talk and do them advertisement and everything. And what? Them split the place. They're doing the same thing with Somalia. But when I not see that. When I not see that our brothers, they are Kenya, are rape the Somali women them on a day-to-day, and the Asian man them that's in that same UNICEF group. This is being going on now for about 25 years. May I tell you, the most despicable things. And then you have rival group that decide we've had enough of these things. And we expect them to do. This is the thing that America has created and Britain. Them create a whole heap of hostility with people and then think so that them are kill off all the people them. And then when the children them of those same people come of age, them children have animosity and hatred inside of them that they don't need. But Honor created it. You know, created it. And then when some of them CM people come here, you have your agitators, agitate them, and then go do certain things. Now you turn around and call them terrorists and everything. You infiltrate them ratty computer with all kind of nonsense and everything, and them phone and all kind of thing. My phone was playing the ass all this week, man. Jump in there, jump in there. I'm going to put them thing there. You understand? And then when you want to come and do something now, when I got turn and say, you never deleted it on time. Which on time? Why you interfere with my phone for? Freedom of what? Freedom of purging people. Hey, stop. I'm going to be like Muhammad Ali, you know. When I tell them man say, my name is Salih Hisham Lukman, and you know, call my name properly, I'm going to keep box you. But I'm not in a ring. I'm not a boxer. I'm a simple man, Tarati. And many of them youth them out there, they're innocent. And many of them are mental health cases. And when I just poison them and talk about Islam fundamentalists, extremists, and all these things. Now, Javid, now you're gone in there. You better sort yourself out because you bought this thing here and kept it up there. And I tell the people them truth about Al-Islam. So find yourself when you make wudu. See if it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala you're really standing before. It's only your heart can do that. And then the other one they down here of the mirror. Listen, the people that might change sex life. The people that might change organs. The people that might change food. And at the center of all of that, they might try to tell us they want to try to save the planet by being green and save the planet from all these gases. They're lying. Oh, you're going to do all these other things, Tarati, then you're going to tell me, say, you're trying to save the planet. Stop the shit you're doing. Genetic this, genetic that, rare. And now you have a problem over there, sir, with all these nasty shit you do, and all they can do is give names to viruses and all kind of illness. Yeah? May I tell you? You play and try to think say that when I can control this earth, play with God and see. I'll deal with you. And I have the same nastiness when I create, and then when I send when I undercover people them in Africa and come up with all this other thing, them talk about green monkey and AIDS and everything. People should understand all of a sudden the thing went missing. Oh, it's going crazy. All the thing that was gone on the TV, you couldn't hear your ears. Yeah? You just hear them AIDS, safe sex, this, that. Right? Now you come with another thing. Now we have some shows that are showing that even the insects them, you're not deporting them. You starve them out and you kill them off. Because your genetic thing is removing them. And your plants that you've interfered with, the bees, the ants, nobody now germinate them. Pure pollination is not working. You've interfered with a science that you should not be interfering with. But was this all in Germany as well? Come on, man. You're still here. That's why you have this serious relationship. You must understand, they might kill you out. It's not just we, you know. You kill out yourself. And it's who fears death?
Creation, no one knows. No one knows
See, you think see me run bout? Two wise man. Listen.
Rockers.
Yeah.
Gideon.
Hey yo, you know what?
Where's the job?
Coming like them, no member we say heritage for life, you know.
Them no know.
Jano, hear this. And what I think you did was that you would take a little break to put some time in all the youth, them who we call the young soldiers. Now it's time we run the up and take our rightful place. Kings with the crown, show them who are really run the place. Jaja roll ya. If you know say handle me, handle you. Jaja roll ya. Millions in your crew, you still lose. Cause Jaja roll ya. Man has forgotten about God, flying high on the wings of evil as kings. Still Jaja roll ya. You all they go them never remember. Say before summer come, so make them go hype up and a sight up. Say the things where them like up. I go make them get where them not really want, but still the lion I want them, but them no want fear. Lights, camera, action, that's all them want fear. In love with the way.
You see that tune there? That tune there called Officially. You see it? By the man called Light Parks and we the people band. And a Light Parks that them supposed to night and honor. See it? It's all band. You understand? Yeah. Light Crucial Parts. Yeah, come Monday, Tuesday, we go into that again. I mean, I want to run around and go around the computer. Listen.
Yeah, man, baby.
Oh na 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 na, baby. Oh na na na. Just one touch, one kiss from your lips, it's heaven, yeah. Loving you is like the perfect love song. You know the one that you always wanna hear. And when my day's going on wrong, seeing you is like the song in my ear. So all I need is you, baby. Body to body with only you, baby. And I don't need another, 'cause baby, what we got,
Where we are?
we got a perfect love song. I just the way you look by me when you see me. And the way you put it by me when you give me. I some
See, we can't forget we women and we treat them decently, see?
Come on, we're not going nowhere. It's been a long time that we've been here. Oh, and we not going nowhere. We say from the start of time, just seed have been planted. And the roots from just seed are forever the strongest. They will spread propaganda and lie. Through them no say the roots can die. That's why I and I knows that we have the answer for your cry. So if you're looking for the roots, then know where to find way. So
See, I hope you understand that, you know. When you look for them, you know, you look for your roots and, you know, proper things. Are we here? When I do what our next man do, we do what we want to do and how we want to do it. Now, for like 3 weeks now, you know, I not say content. When I say content issue, see? So now me know say, yeah, it's a nerves me a touch. Yeah, I know it's a nerves me a touch. So once me don't know that now, you see, me just keep touch that nerves because you know what, I for me thing.
oh na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. I'm destined to be who I am today.
You see what happened to me? I tell you. I'm very sensitive when it comes to this music thing, you know. You see? I tell you. Anyway, when I move out, right? What him name again? Yeah. There's a whole heap of them, man. The whole heap of artists, them, you know, need some assistance and everything. You know? So we just fly the flag for this one, brother, here still. And next week, I think so there's a couple more me have to fly flag for car. You know what I mean? Make people them know about it because maybe some people them have humanitarian charity and so forth and they make it known, we just put our money inside it. This is partner. See? If we was doing the thing correctly, partner that run, look after the artists them. And nobody was turn on and say, you know what, them people are lie. Which lie? You see, things are happening terrible, seriously. Caucasian them who come and hijack the people them royalties, copyright business and everything. They're helping, but they're also helping themselves. Natural. Junior Blythe.
You seeks of only vanity and no love for humanity shall fade away, fade away. He who checks for only wealth and not for his physical health shall fade away, fade away. Though some believe in diamonds and pearl and feel like they're on top of the world, they shall fade away. Hear what I say. The rich is getting richer every day, and the little that the poor man got, it shall be taken away. Do you hear what I say? Yeah, hear what I say. The man who worships silver and gold shall surely, surely, surely lose his own soul, then fade away. One who's always acting smart and don't carry no love in his heart shall fade away. God is here and there and everywhere, and he knows when you play the game unfair. So people beware, or else you fade away. Hey, beware, or then you fade away. You gotta fade, gotta fade, gotta fade now. The rich is getting richer every day, and the little that the poor man got, it shall be taken away. Do you hear what I say? Hey, hear what I say. One who's always acting smart and forgetting to carry love in his heart shall fade away. God is here and there and everywhere, and his eyes are watching you. You gon' fade away, yeah, yeah, you gon' fade, 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 fade away, fade away, yeah, yeah. Brother, what you done? Can't you see you're gonna fade away now?
What if, 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 what if there's no sunshine? Then how will we survive? The righteous fruit from the earth need the goodness of the sun.
You see how them people that get deported, yeah? Them get all of this now. Yeah, them left we behind and they left them family behind. But you have to look on the bright side of the light. Listen to this one here. Guidance.
What if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if,
Yo, if it was me, you know, I would be feeling bad, but at the same time, I have to look on the bright side of things. You understand? And once, if I keep in contact with my family, them and different things like that, I just connect myself. If not, me have to reconnect myself. If I don't do none of that, then my lost. So what I have to do now is strive to get myself integrated. Simple. It's not choice. You see? It's not choice. Seriously. All right.
What if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if,
So it's a lesson learned.
What if there's no sunshine?
Yo, grab all your girlfriend, grab all your wife, grab all your partner, and dance this, you know. Oh, this sweet Richie Nicotine, Mr. Davis, Mr. Richie Davis.
What if, 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 what if there's no sunshine? Then how will we survive? The righteous fruit from the earth need the goodness of the sun. Yeah. What if there was no rain to bring growth to our grain? Man, a man would have suffered. I won't have no food to eat. No way. Mama always told me. Be grateful for the life you got, yeah. Don't be grabbalish of us.
Hey, when I listen to them lyrics there, them profound words, what you deal with? Cha, listen.
What if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if?
Smile a while, man. Feel good. Yeah, man, I tell you.
What if there's no sunshine? Then how will we survive?
Special.
The righteous fruit from the earth need the goodness of the sun.
Set to Christina. Whoopsie, I listen to this one, you know. Judah.
What if there was no rain?
Catchy. Whoa.
To bring growth to our grain. Man, a man would have suffered. I won't have no food to eat. No way. Mama always told me. Be grateful for the life you got, yeah. Don't be grabbalish of us. 'Cause God is real and you must feel love the as inside. That I God loves you, oh yeah. And it's true. He's always there for you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Heavenly Father, bless our souls and let us less ignorant and lying. 'Cause you are alive forever. Papa always told me. Be grateful for the life you got. Don't be grabbalish of us. 'Cause God is real and you must feel the love he has inside. And it's true. The love he has inside. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guidance, we have to go, eh? Yeah, that was Mr. Richie Davis, you see? Yo, you see when we come on street, yeah, man, ladies and gentlemen, see? That we are doing with. Yeah, Ranger, enough respect, man. Yeah, man. Hey, you must come in, you know. Serious thing. You see? Yeah, man. Enough respect. See, we're there upon a political conversation. Yeah, Ross Ranger. You see? Yeah, he's not a stranger. Him just there upon his Facebook thing. Him big with it, man. Go on. Guidance. Gone. You see? Blow up the place.
Bomber drop, damn you! Energy! Can't tired! Yeah, man of the roots once again.
Now, here comes the music.
And we're gone. Guidance.